Hi, my name is Elizabeth Abibi, and I'm going to be talking about psychoanalysis, which is a set of personality theories by Sigmund Freud. So, psychoanalysis basically consists of separate theories that all lead to the same common goal, which is to seek out unconscious thoughts and feelings. It is a therapy that is used to treat mental disorders, and it also allows patients to release any repressed emotions that they have. Of the many theories of psychoanalysis, one of them is free association. This is a method used by therapists as a way to seek out unconscious thoughts and feelings. It works by the patient being told to speak whatever comes to mind with no limitations. This method of therapy isn't always successful though, because sometimes patients resist to speaking freely, but their resistance can also be used to the therapist's advantage because resistance usually means that they are getting to a touchy subject, so they should further question the subject in order to seek out those unconscious or repressed emotions and feelings. So, another one of the theories is dream analysis. Freud believed dreams were filled with a person's repressed thoughts and feelings. It was also believed that while dreaming, a person's conscious wall was down, which allowed true emotions to come to surface. Dreams are often seen as the window to someone's soul, and within every dream, there is a manifest content and a latent content. So basically, the basic remembered storyline of someone's dream is considered its manifest content, but the actual underlying meaning of someone's dream is what is considered the latent content. So I actually want to stray away from the actual methods of psychoanalytic therapy for a second, and I want to talk about one of Freud's greatest contributions to psychology, which is the structural model of the psyche. This includes the ID, the ego, and the superego. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the ID. This is the most basic aspect of our personality. This part of our personality has what is described as animalistic urges or instincts. The ID functions outside of the conscious thought and is quite selfish in the sense that its only concern is its own personal satisfaction. The ID also never changes and is never affected by logic or outside influences. Okay, so the second component of the psyche is the ego. The ego is considered the component of the personality that makes decisions. The ego, unlike the ID, relies on outside forces like social norms and logic to determine its own behavior. The ego's way of thinking is fixated towards problem solving. Um, the ego seeks pleasure just like the ID, but instead of going about it in an instinctual way, it obtains it in a more realistic way. And lastly, the third and final component of the psyche is the superego. The superego concerns itself with rules and morals. It is what is considered our moral compass. The superego develops as a child during when we begin to learn what's right or wrong. And we begin to learn what's right or wrong from our parents or any other outside forces. And the function of the superego is to essentially control the ID's impulses. Okay, so going back to psychoanalytic methods, the last method I'm going to speak about is the ink blot test. This test is basically a therapist showing its patient a series of ink blot pictures with essentially no meaning, but the patient has to respond with what they see in the ink blot pictures or how it makes them feel. This can provoke a person to talk about their unconscious thoughts and feelings in a way that isn't as direct as the other methods. So, to wrap things up, I further want to reiterate how important the unconscious is and the role that it plays in therapy and treating mental illnesses. That is one of the reasons why I actually chose this topic in the first place. I'm really interested in the unconscious and in the whole process, I guess, of seeking the unconscious out and making the unconscious conscious. And this concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening.